Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Carla. No injuries. A couple of people keep asking about that. No injuries, no injuries, no injuries. Now, of course, the LA County firefighters and the Santa Fe Springs firefighters are still here battling the flames, and we are hopeful and I'm very confident that they will not get injured as this fire continues to burn. Some of those flames actually getting right behind that sign. The smoke is covering it up. But at any rate, nobody inside the building was hurt when that fire started, meaning any of the employees and or customers. Lance, nobody wants any burgers from that burger place anymore, trust me. Oh, now somebody's joining in on the gosh, where did it go? I just saw it. Jose Torres is talking about Slauson is named after Jonathan Sayer Slauson. Vinny, you care to join in on that? Don't know that one. See, now I got something to Google later on. Yes, Tina, this is a Carl's Jr. green burrito, definitely. What time is lunch? Yeah, I want that. I love their fried zucchini. I used to get the fried zucchini with their, no, not the ranch, the hot sauce, the dipping sauce for the chicken. Yeah, ugh, ugh. Well, see, that's the reason why Sean, that's the reason why they make chocolate and vanilla ice cream, because you can't please everybody all the time. And that's what I love about everything. That is like my motto to life. Because Sean doesn't care about Carl's Jr., never eats there, but he eats at the Green Burrito. Yeah, see how that is? See? Or maybe he's just reading all the comments and he just wants to be that guy that's just a little different. Which is good. It's good. It's good. Ah, Joseph, that's funny. Right? I just flew by. I didn't get the name. Somebody said the hot sauce is A1. It is. Love their hot sauce here. Mario wants to be a technical director because he's asking Vinny to stay tight with his shots. I'm going to open Vinny's mic so he can talk to you directly. Kimberly's asking if we can smell the burger smell. I thought we could. We can't. We can't. We can't. You know, that's kind of a thing. That's kind of the thing right here is, you know, we're talking about the winds today, the winds, the winds, the winds, and the smoke is, well, right now it is kind of just going a little bit more up in the air. Earlier on, it was just a little bit off to the, yeah, it's just blowing a little to the south. It's a little to the south. Hang on, I gotta keep up with this one. All right, Marilyn, this one is for you. If you're still listening down there, I just want to let you guys know is, look, this is the deal. We're watching a fire up here. Yes, we realize somebody lost their business. It is insured. We have talked about what the deal is with some of the folks that work here. We talked about insurance. We talked about unemployment. And all those things. The deal is that this is kind of more of behind the scenes. This is not an official news report, as in the fact that we're reporting live on television. We are on the internet. We are reading comments and interacting with the folks that are watching with us. This is a little bit more behind the scenes, and I understand that some folks might be new to that, and I am very open to your comments as I am speaking to you directly. Now, as making jokes about stuff, yes, we are. We're poking fun at the char-broiled burgers. We're making fun. We're talking about the good foods that are here. We are not making fun of anybody's losses. We're not making fun of anybody being unemployed. We talked about that earlier on. But at any rate, we're watching and reading comments, and if we were looking at, let's say, you know, an animal hospital that was on fire and there was loss of life, or any type of life, no, we probably would not be joking as much or poking fun at this stuff. The reality is that this is more behind the scenes, and. Yeah, now I'm getting a lot of people that kind of understand what's going on, but I just kind of, every now and then when somebody gets in there, somebody new, and then also I'm not looking for, you know, that person to get, you know, a lot of negative responses from other people that do understand. I'm just kind of letting everybody know that that I still can't believe. Okay, no, yeah, Stan, and this is, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like I said, I'm just spending a minute or two talking about this and kind of just saying, you know, hey, this is what's going on. This is why you're hearing what we're hearing. And, you know, am I low class? I'm middle class, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. At any rate. So we're keeping an eye on the fire. You can see right there is one of the hot spots. We moved Sky Fox around a little bit. We can see another spot where they're just dumping a ton of water on an area that is burning. The Carl's Jr. out here made it to a second alarm fire. Started out as a grease fire, got up into the attic area, became very difficult to track down, very difficult to fight. So they basically moved their operations to what they call defensive mode. Bumped it up to a second alarm. Santa Fe Springs Fire Department came out here as well to help in this firefight. They're still chasing this fire around, even working it the way they're working it right there. You can see where it's actually burned through the roof in a couple of spots right there. Made its way into the facade area. That's that awnings around the outside right there. Vinny pointing out, and I believe, and I don't even believe, I know he's correct, and Angie seemed to know this as well. I didn't know. I thought those were actual tile roofs. I thought that was, you know, the same thing like you have on your house, but apparently that's just some sort of plastic composite that looks like tile. So at any rate, that fire's still making its run into that facade area down there, in the attic area as well. Firefighters, no injuries to firefighters. They're still battling the flames out here, so that might, hopefully that won't change. No injuries to anybody inside that building when the fire started. Probably wasn't like an explosion of fire. It probably was more like some smoke, and then that smoke turned into some fire, and then that fire got bigger, and they basically got everybody out. Manny, that you know it, brother. You know it. You know it. Why are there so many trucks? Ron, if you just heard that or heard me talking about that, the reason why there's so many fire trucks out here is bumped it up to second alarm because it was difficult to fight, so that they basically went to a offensive mode, and they basically just try to dump a bunch of water on that building and keep the fire from spreading to the areas next door. Maryland, and you know what? I love you for that. I'm being serious, and everybody that gets it. And you believe me, I wouldn't be doing this or acting like this or saying this if I didn't know that so many so many are do understand and really get it. You know, news is news. Somewhere along the line, it changed up a little bit, but it is always the best job in the world to go somewhere, see something, and share what I'm seeing with everybody else, and that's what we're doing out here. And I love the comments. I love the interaction, and I can't say any more about it. Defensive, not offensive. I'm the one that's offensive, apparently, Roland. I wonder if that's where the fire just burned through. Right. I wonder if Rita's down there waving at us too. Oh. Oh. Mario's definitely a technical director. Now he wants us to move the aircraft. He wants us back around the other side. I think we're good here. Sorry. How's the traffic in this area? You know what? I am kind of curious. I saw that Slauson was backing up quite a bit, especially the eastbound, because where they take you off at Slauson, you basically, the people that were just kind of going like, oh, I'm just going to go into the side streets. Those side streets are dead ends. You know what, Vinny? Go back to the right a little bit. Look at that street filled with water. That's all from the. That's all water from the fire. Yeah. Wow. Probably some drains are clogged. That's what that's got to be. All right. It gives you an idea how much water is flowing through that Carl's Jr. That's just crazy. Oh, so you're thinking it's going down Slauson and going into the cul-de-sac? Wow. We're still at the fire. We're still at the fire. That's all the water from the fire. It's, yeah. Right. It's flooding some of the yards. You know, we should mark down this street so next time we have heavy rains, we can come here and shoot pictures of flooding. Almost out. Miss Morales, you know what? We were talking about that this morning too. We were talking about the amount of traffic out here, and if it was COVID light or not COVID light. Um, I think it's less than normal, or where it was going back to normal, but it's definitely not back to that stay at home. Remember when this whole thing started? Like every day seemed like a Sunday morning. So Juan is talking about he's upset because he's walking around and seeing char-broiled burgers floating down the street. No, that's what he wrote, but I don't think he's really seeing that. But that would be pretty out there. So. Oh, I didn't know that. Alicia lives out here somewhere. Oh, wait, I gotta see this one. Oh, come on, it keeps skipping by. Dave, be careful there, brother. Nothing. Yeah, they're getting a handle on it. All right, everybody that is still here in the room. I guess if you guys, I don't know if you guys wander in, wander out, how all that works. This is Pico Rivera. This is a Carl's Jr. at the corner of Passons and Slauson. Been here about, we're probably coming up on about an hour of flight time. A fire out here at the restaurant. Started in some of the vents, got into the attic area. No injuries to anybody inside the restaurant. Everybody got out safely as firefighters arrived, and then they started to basically try to put that fire out, but it was extremely difficult because of how these restaurants are built. It was actually in the attic area. So they went to what's called heavy streams. That's what you see right there. They bumped it up to a second alarm. Santa Fe Fire Department arrived out here on scene to help battle these flames. They put up the ladder pipes, and basically their plan was just dump a lot of water on it until that fire's out. Right now, the fire, you know what? I'm the guy in the helicopter. I'm going to say pretty much out, but that's not my place. Somebody down there with a white hat. It's going to be the battalion chief. It is a guy that is going, or girl, that is going to say that in the end. But it does appear that most of that fire is out. The firefight definitely going to be continuing out here until all those hot spots are taken care of, and there is no chance of reignition. While all this is going on, the corner of Passons and Slauson out here in the Pico Rivera area, I'd say just pretty much try to avoid it, even though it does appear the westbound lanes of Slauson still open, even though there is a number of firefighting activity out there, and a portion of Passons is open as well. But it's just that little tight spot, depending upon where you're coming from. I really don't want somebody saying, well, Stu said, and it be wrong. So at any rate, the fire almost out. We're up here in Sky Fox. If you guys are local, please, by all means, Fox 11. We got Michaela on right now, and she's doing some interview stuff. I heard her talking to somebody in the background. So that's one thing to do. Also, Angela is I always get weirded out when I say my pilot, and then she gets all weirded out that I'm weirded out. She's doing it right now. And at any rate, Wanderlust, you can look her up. She's on the social media. She's up on the Instagram. You can find her. Vinny Mac in the back. Let's just say he's a gentleman of means that is older than I and not so much into the social media. But if you want to pass a message along to Vinny, you can always hit me up. You can find me pretty much everywhere. The three big ones, like GM, Ford, and Dodge. Or but anyways, it's going to be Instagram, it's going to be Facebook, and and Twitter. I try to keep all those up the best I can. It's Stu Mundell, Mundel. No, I'm not related to Howie Mandel. It is Mundell, Mundel. And no, I am not from Indonesia. And if some folks that understand that comment will go, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But others might not. Any rate, look us up, hit us up. We'd always love to follow. We love the love. Glad you guys were watching. I'm going to actually talk to my assignment desk, see if we can get out of here, because this is losing my interest. But you guys are always interesting to me and the crew. We might stay up as we fly around because it's pushing the 9 o'clock hour, and that's usually when we land anyways. I am done with my little soapbox rant, as I'm going to call the desk and see where we're going. He's the one. He was yes, and he also germaphobe. Yeah, yeah. I'm the opposite. Yeah. I've got hairy shoulders, for gosh sakes. Hey, assignment desk. I think that was go ahead, Skyfox, or was that wait a minute, Skyfox? Oh, love you. We'll head over to the 710 and we will do what we can do to follow along with you. Look at that, almost rhymes. Yeah, sheriffs. Northbound, number 4 lane. I didn't hear where. Almost East LA. Atlantic in 710. Northbound. Backup's at the 105 and 710, so they're behind. Off-ramp Atlantic. Atlantic Bandini. No, he's northbound. Maybe the Atlantic Bandini. You got it? No, it's not a pursuit. It's they're setting up. Black 4Runner. And it's going to have cops behind it. I'm just looking for a black and white. So that's the Bandini, so he was passing that, so he's got to be somewhere up in here, probably by the trains. Yeah. It's you guys heard all that, right? You heard all that? Well, at any rate, okay. So if we're still up on Facebook, I'm just going to add to you guys what just happened right there. And this is usually what happens. This is kind of the thing. So we ran over here for a following that could have been a pursuit, but apparently they were one letter off on the license plate, and it turned out to be nothing. 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 So. Yeah, we're done here. Well, that might be a backup. No, maybe that's not even a police car. I just see a little bit of white on the. Oh. My family pod. I don't have a pod. We can start heading that way.